Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 6 starts now.
Runners pounding the pavement this morning, helping burn victims with their recovery. And the reason you may have seen people rappelling down the side of a building in downtown Rockford. Plus, celebrating Pride Day, the Rockford businesses supporting the LGBTQ community. Good evening, I'm Marissa Lessner. Thanks for joining us tonight. A Rockford home is damaged during an afternoon fire. This happened on Genoa Street near Levings Park. Crews were called to the scene around 12:30. Smoke was coming from the rear of the home. In pictures posted by Rockford Fire, you can see some of that damage there. Siding is melted, a window is broken in. It's not clear how badly the home was damaged. No word yet on injuries. Investigators are looking into what caused that fire. A Naperville police officer shoots and kills a man. Police say he charged at the officer with a hatchet. This reportedly happened around 11 Friday morning during a traffic stop. According to police, a second vehicle pulled up and a man holding a hatchet got out. He then allegedly went after the officer. The officer shot him. He was taken to a local hospital where he died.
The officer is a 22-year veteran of our department and thankfully was not physically injured. We immediately contacted the DuPage County Merit Public Integrity Team and the DuPage County State's Attorney's Office. These agencies are now working together and conducting an independent investigation into this incident.
Police say the suspect was a white male in his 20s. They say they'll release his identity once the family is notified. Usually firefighters run towards and into burning buildings. Today they ran for a different and less dangerous reason. Nicole Delgado explains how today's run is helping those hurt in fires.
Marissa, this marks the 18th annual Rockford Fire 911 3K Run and Walk. It's all in efforts to bring fire and medical prevention education to the community.
But the weather was perfect, the running conditions were great, and the scenery, I mean, you can't beat it, so you get lost in your own headspace a little bit.
Saturday morning, runners lace up their shoes in preparation of the Rockford Fire 911 3K Run and Walk. Runner Ryan Wilcox says he loves to run, but it's even better running for a good cause.
Really cool to see them give back and donate money back to the IME Foundation, which is for burn victims who are trying to rehabilitate and go through kind of readjusting into life again.
Like I said, this is a great community event. We have all kinds of families come out for this every year, so it's nice to see the kids grow up and be part of this. Roll from our kids run to maybe place in first place in their age group, so it's nice to see that progression.
Rockford Fire Division Chief Matthew Knott says the department utilizes every opportunity to educate the community on fire prevention, safety, and risk reduction.
The physical fitness aspect, it's nice to get out, enjoy the weather, see our fire stations, and learn about what we're all about. But again, learn a little bit about fire safety, risk reduction, some of the injury prevention.
Both Matthew and Ryan say they are happy to be here and can't wait for next year.
And so it's cool to be able to put on something different that's not an emergency, right? And it's like, hey, we're all hanging out, we're all going to go for a good run, and we all know that it's going to go to a good cause, and there's no emergency here, but just good times.
Rockford Fire tells me proceeds will go funding the upcoming year's outreach and hand out materials. A portion will also go to the Illinois Fire Safety Alliance Camp I Am Me. Marissa?
All right, thanks, Nicole. Well, imagine rappelling down one of Rockford's tallest buildings. That's exactly what a lot of people got the chance to do today, including Rockford's mayor and police chief. It was all part of the Girl Scouts of Northern Illinois' Summer Safety Fair. The event also doubles as a fundraiser for the organization. Those willing to pay up could go up to 8 stories to Supply Corps' roof and rappel back down.
It's great. You can see people having fun doing the rappelling, and that totally aligns with our mission, which is courage, confidence and character. And then you can just wander around and see all these families having fun, and some are Girl Scouts and some are not Girl Scouts, and they're just here in Rockford enjoying the day.
There was also a 32-foot rock climbing wall. Girls could also learn about bike safety and outdoor survival skills. This is the 4th and final year the Girl Scouts are doing rappelling, but they say they'll come up with another fun activity for next year's safety fair. History comes to life this weekend as Midway Village takes a look at how technology changed lives more than a century ago. The celebration of innovation takes us back in time to Rockford between 1860 and 1920. It was a busy time in America as we went from traveling in horse and buggies to cars, went from using candles to light our homes to electricity.
The innovation in the period that we represent really made changes in people's lifestyle, whether their work or their home life, and so we're featuring that this weekend with special interactives as well as seeing people in historic costumes to hear about the changes that we've seen in the last 125 years.
You can check out the celebration of innovation again Sunday at Midway Village from 10 until 4. It's free for all Rockford residents thanks to the city's Forward for Fun initiative. Flowers are in bloom at Rockford's Clem Arboretum, and this weekend we can get some inspiration and some blooms to take home and add to our own gardens. It's Garden Fair weekend. The Arboretum has tons of flowers and plants for sale, along with all kinds of garden decor. There's also live entertainment and local food vendors, so you can enjoy lunch while at Clem.
There's people of all ages here. We have people that are really into gardening. We have people that just love nature. We have people that are just here to enjoy being outside and the live music and the environment and grab some snacks, maybe something for their yard. Just a really broad appeal that we want to have everybody come out to.
The Garden Fair runs again Sunday from 9 until 4. Tickets are $10. It's free for Clem members and free for kids 12 and under. Pride Month kicks off in the Forest City. The Office nightclub hosted an all-day kickoff party in downtown Rockford. It started with a car parade this afternoon. There were plenty of food trucks, vendors, and live music too. Later tonight, city leaders, including Mayor Tom McNamara, will address the crowd. The main event will be an outdoor drag show.
The world, the way that it is right now, a lot of people don't feel comfortable in their skin, and this event, just like I said, it brings everybody together. We've got people here from all ages, 80 years old to 3 years old. It just brings everybody together and they can be themselves and be with friends and family in the community. It's a big day for everybody to just come together and celebrate Pride Month.
Last year, Mayor McNamara proclaimed June as LGBTQ Pride Month in Rockford for the first time in city history. Welcome back. On Thursday, all 6 Republican candidates for Illinois governor faced off in a debate. This afternoon, you had the chance to watch it for yourself right here on WTVO 17. Eyewitness News is your local election headquarters. ABC 7 in Chicago hosted the hour-long event. State Senator Darren Bailey, Aurora Mayor Richard Irvin, businessman Gary Rabine, former state senator Paul Schimpf, and attorney Max Solomon all took the stage. Businessman Jesse Sullivan was there via Zoom after testing positive for COVID. The big topics of the night were violent crime, school safety, and education. Taxes, COVID mandates, and abortion policies were also discussed. In light of recent mass shootings, here's what each had to say when asked what they'll do to solve the mass shooting crisis.
We must offer the mental health solutions and help these people.
You know, making sure that we keep these guns out of the hands of criminals and keep these guns out of the hands of people with mental illnesses.
If we don't hold people accountable, we can't expect a lot of them. If we don't arrest people that are doing crime, small or large, that's a problem.
We also have to make our schools safer, but most importantly, we have to have a governor who is going to hold himself accountable and say enough is enough.
As your governor, the first thing I would do is make sure that all our schools, K through 12, are secured by armed guards.
The real problem is the liberal agenda. The liberal agenda that has been taking God and faith values out of our society. The liberal agenda that has been devaluing families.
Illinois heads to the polls for the primary on June 28th. A second case of monkeypox has been found in Chicago. The case was discovered last night. The infected person was a close contact of the first case, which was discovered on Thursday. The Chicago man was not hospitalized. He's isolating on his own in good condition. Health officials say although people should be cautious, monkeypox does not easily spread among people. For those who do contract monkeypox, doctors say it usually takes about 2 to 4 weeks to recover.
Most people will not be hospitalized and will just isolate at home. Typically, it starts out as a fever, body aches, joint pains. You can get some swollen lymph nodes in the neck or in the armpit or groin area, and then the rash starts.
As of Friday, 22 cases of monkeypox have been confirmed in the U.S.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, today we have not had as much sunshine as what we've had these last couple of days, but overall it's actually been a fairly nice afternoon. Yes, we had a couple of light showers out there here and there, but with the dry air in place, those showers weren't overly heavy, and we've actually had some dry time here over the last couple of hours. A live look on the northeast end of Rockford with our Mercy House Skytrack camera. Still dealing with the cloud cover here to the north. Some breaks in the clouds to the south have actually allowed temperatures to warm into the 70s. While we had a little break from some of the rainfall earlier today and this afternoon, now starting to see that begin to work back in from west to east, but we still do have plenty of dry air in place. So while some of this rain may look a little more on the heavy side, most of this should be light here as we go through this evening, and really kind of from the central and northern portions of the area. The further south you get, that rainfall really is going to be very, very isolated. Now, I mentioned the temperatures. You saw that at the top of the newscast. Look at the range here where we've had the breaks in the clouds. Those numbers have made it into the 70s. 66 right now in Rockford, 63 in Janesville, but 56 with some light rain in Monroe, and 57 degrees our current temperature out in Galena. Just to the south, though, those numbers in the 70s and the 80s. So we actually have a stationary boundary situated just to our south, and that will remain kind of the focus for some of these showers to work through over the next couple of hours. In fact, through about the 9-10 o'clock hour, you see a little bit more of that rainfall beginning to work in. So we do see that increase here as we go through the rest of this evening. That boundary then begins to lift back north overnight and during the morning tomorrow. So again, that shower focus becomes a little more to our north, most likely across southern Wisconsin. May see that line up for areas along Highway 20 very early tomorrow. Now, this particular model, Futurecast, wants to bring our temperatures in the 80s tomorrow afternoon. That pulls that warm front to the north. I think it settles very, very close to northern Illinois, so I don't think we get quite that warm, but we should be able to get back into the 70s. If we see a little more sunshine and the front zips up to the north, then yes, our temperatures will go up as a result. Right now, I have us in the mid-70s for tomorrow afternoon. Low pressure then moves closer to us Sunday night. Monday, this brings us a better chance for widespread rain. Cold front then comes in Monday afternoon. A couple of showers, isolated thunderstorm, but no severe weather expected with that. So down to 56 degrees for tonight, a little bit on the muggy end, 76 for tomorrow. Scattered showers, isolated thunderstorm possible. Again, no severe weather expected. Now, I mentioned a little bit more of an active flow, unsettled weather pattern here as we look into the first part of this week. And next week, we've got zonal flow in our jet stream. So that means that jet stream runs basically from west to east. You get some rises and some dips in that. So what that does is allow several low pressure systems to kind of move within that jet stream, moving overhead for us, and that's what we see, kind of an up and down weather here for the next couple of days. We've got some rain showers, we dry out, we got rain, we dry out. Temperatures as a result will stay fairly steady then as we go throughout this week. We'll see those numbers in the 70s and then even into the 50s. Real fast, I have to say a big congratulations to all the graduates out there. I had the honor of going to Monica Miller's graduation party down at White Pines here earlier this afternoon. You know, she is a wonderful girl. We connected several years ago. She graduated here just a few weeks ago, and she's pursuing a career, Marissa, in meteorology. So it was such an honor to talk a little bit more with her about that. Congratulations to Monica and to all the graduates this year.
Now sports with sports director Scott Lever.
The bar of expectations for the Cubs wasn't set very high coming into this season, but the Cubs are showing signs this season could turn out to be a lot more fun than many people thought. They keep getting better. They had another good showing today against the Cardinals in the first game of 2. Frank Schwindel keeps producing at the plate. He hammered his 8th home run in the 5th inning. That put the Cubs up 2-0. Schwindel had 3 hits. He's batting over 300 over the past 3 weeks. Cubs also ended Paul Goldschmidt's 25-game hitting streak. Rowan Wick strikes Goldschmidt out in his final at-bat of the game. The Cubs beat the Cardinals 6-1. Their second game just got underway. The White Sox are trying to end their 4-game losing streak against the Rays. Sox trailed 2-0 in the 8th, but Danny Mendick singles. That scored a run and made it a 2-1 ball game. And that set the stage for Jake Berger later in the 8th. He unloads, and that's going to be out of the yard. A 2-run homer, his 5th of the year, and the Sox won it 3-2. Forreston's hopes of winning a state championship in softball ended yesterday with a semifinal loss in Peoria. And the Cardinals still had a chance to finish off their season on a winning note this morning in the 3rd place game. They played Newark. Cardinals trailed 1-0 in the top of the 6th. Haley Greenfield, though, will smack a single into left. Riley Brocious heads for home. A throw to the plate's going to get away, so Brooke Bettner will also score, and the Cardinals had the lead 2-1. The game went into extra innings, tied up at 2. Riley Brocious then in the 8th inning, she singles to left. Kara Erdman races for home with a go-ahead run. Cardinals later added an insurance run, so they won the game 4-2. They take 3rd place in the state, the best finish ever by a Forreston softball team. Well done, girls. Sycamore's baseball team will play on. The Spartans won their own Class 3A sectional by shutting out Keeneland 5-0. Ethan Storm had another great outing. The Spartans advanced to the Geneseo Super Sectional next Monday. Hey, there's a big golf tournament in Rockford this weekend. No clubs and balls required, though, because it's disc golf. Players from all over the Midwest are here for the 2-day Four-City Frenzy tournament. It's sanctioned by the PDGA, Professional Disc Golf Association. There are professional and amateur divisions competing at Anna Page Park on Rockford's northwest side. Players sling their disc through open fairways and through some tight wooded areas, all trying to land their disc in baskets at each of the holes. It's very much like normal golf. These players have been waiting a few years for this tournament.
Actually, it was supposed to take place in 2020 because of COVID. Then it got put off. It's gotten put off the last 2 years, so we're finally getting it in. So, I mean, it's a big tournament. As you can see, there's a lot of people here.
I have lots of discs. I carry about 20 or so, and they all do something a little bit different. Some go to the right, some go to the left. Some are designed to be used as a putter. Some are designed to be used as a distance driver. Take it up until my late 40s with my son, and then I started playing it and just had this desire to get better and better.
This tournament is part of the Illinois Open Series. The next event will be 2 weeks in Sterling, the Sinisippi Open.